What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another view. This time we're taking a look at Richard Jewell, directed by Clint Eastwood. Richard Jewell tells the story of a security guard named Richard Jewell, who during the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta, Georgia, pretty much saved the lives of everyone that was at that said event from a bomb that had gone off. And for the first couple of days, Richard Jewell is labeled as a hero. But then everything goes down a slippery slope once the FBI labels him as a potential suspect, and pretty much Richard Jewell's life starts to really unravel. So that is what this movie is about. Let's talk about it. I overall thought that Richard Jewell is a really good movie. Clint Eastwood is spectacular at just making these grounded, gritty, realistic movies about these common everyday people. And Richard Jewell is no exception. I thought that the actor who played Richard Jewell, uh, Paul Walter Hauser, did a really good job in the lead of this movie. I'm not familiar with Hauser's work at all. I've maybe seen a handful of movies where he plays a glorified extra. So this is the actual first movie, and not for nothing, I thought he handled himself really, really, really well. He shares a lot of scenes with some heavy hitter actors like Kathy Bates, Sam Rockwell, and John Hamm, and I think he holds his own for the most part. And he has a couple of really good intense scenes as well too, where he really gets to show his dramatic acting chops. But I just like the portrayal of the Jewel character himself. The Richard Jewell character, he comes across, he comes across as a likable person, somebody who is very, very passionate about law and order, someone who's very passionate about wanting to be in law enforcement, and we see just we also see how his views on law enforcement start to change when the FBI continues their relentless manhunt on this guy. It's to the point of ridiculousness to how many as to how bad the FBI really wants to pin the bombings on Richard Jewell, to the point where they have this portfolio where they are just making Richard Jewell fit into that portfolio. And even when it's proven that Richard Jewell did not commit the crime, the FBI is just so insistent on wanting to pin this crime on this man, is to the point of ridiculousness. Not only that, you have the media, which is the scum of the earth. The media are the most despicable pile of people ever. Media can be used for good. This movie is an example on how media can be used just to get yourself ahead. There's this media reporter named Kathy Scoggs, played by Olivia Wilde, and the acting by Olivia Wilde as Kathy Scoggs, really good. I thought she was great in the movie. But the character of Kathy Scoggs is portrayed as just this manipulating, just conniving type of woman who uses sex to get what she wants. Now, I understand that the real Kathy Scoggs is in no way, shape, or form the same as the fictionalized version of Kathy Scoggs. I understand the criticism and complaints that a lot of critics had, and I do agree with them in terms of characterization. However, I am not going to pin the portrayal of Kathy Scoggs as to why this movie underperformed at the box office. You gotta remember, this movie came out in December, during Christmas time and family movie time. Do you really think a little 5-year-old boy is going to tell their parents, "Hey, mommy and daddy, let's go see Richard Jewell"? No, critics, media, open your eyes. You ain't gonna. A movie like Richard Jewell is not going to bring families together. And now that I got that minor little rant out of the way, the portrayal of Kathy Scoggs is really, really flawed because she does not come across as a likable person whatsoever. She comes across as very callous in a lot of scenes, to the point where she's hiding out in the backseat of someone's car just to get information. And near the end of the movie tries to redeem Kathy Scoggs in a way, but to me, you're kind of a little too far gone, because you portrayed her throughout the movie as this callous person, and now you want me to believe that now she believes Richard Jewell is innocent, because it almost is like she's now going to have to be forced to write an attraction after burying this poor guy. So yeah, if the real Kathy Scotts reporting is anywhere in the shape or form like this, then shame on her. If the real Kathy Scoggs had more interrogatory journalism, then I give her thumbs up. But the portrayal of Katniss Scoggs in this movie, yeah, acting wise is fine. How she is as a human being and a character, very very unlikable. But let me get to another unlikable character, John Hamm, who plays the FBI agent who's leading the manhunt against Richard Jewell. I like John Hamm as an actor. I like him in this movie. He plays a good, just manipulative. He plays a good asshole. John Hamm plays a good dick, and he's great in this movie as well as he's trying to just con and manipulate Richard Jewell to admitting to the crime, and he's trying to do it within the boundaries of the law and not making it seem like he's waiving any rights or whatsoever. So John Hamm is pretty much manipulating the system just to get what he wants. It's a good performance. Sam Rockwell is in this movie as well. He plays the attorney for Richard Jewell, and I like Sam Rockwell. And Sam Rockwell lately has been killing it in his dramatic portrayals. This movie is no different. I thought he was great in this movie. He had that right amount of humor and that right amount of seriousness to him. And I think that he and Hauser have a really good chemistry with one another. And I would actually like to see some more movies between Hauser and Rockwell, because I thought they were really, really well off one another. I also like Rockwell's interactions with Olivia Wilde's character, how he kind of puts her in her place, and I like how he stands up to the John Hamm character and constantly bickers back and forth with him. So, Rockwell in this movie, he's fantastic. Kathy Bates plays, she plays Richard Jewell's mother, Bobby, and Kathy Bates is a powerhouse of an actress. She's fantastic in any movie she's in, and in this movie, no different. I thought she was great as Bobby. I like the relationship that she has with Hauser as well. They have a very genuine on-screen chemistry with one another, and I buy them as being mother and son. And I just like how the trial by media of Richard Jewell affects the mom to the point where she just can't take it anymore, and she's pretty much like, why is the FBI taking my things? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? You know, Jewell and his mama, they're just regular, ordinary people who are now being thrusted into the spotlight. And at first she handles it with pride, but as the movie progresses and as the relentless manhunt just takes place, you can see it starts to really affect her in the most negative ways. And Kathy Bates does a brilliant performance at bringing all those emotions onto screen. It's no wonder why she's an Academy Award-winning actress. She's fantastic. The production value of this movie, like I said before, Clint Eastwood is a master at creating these grounded, realistic, gritty movies. This movie is no different. And one of the big things that I do like about this movie is that there's really no score. And I kind of like it because the lack of a score really adds to the tension, and it kind of makes this movie have a much more realistic feel to it. And another reason why I think this movie has a more realistic feel to it is because this movie has the actors playing like real people. No, they're acting. They're not. I don't see actors on screen. I see real people on screen. Like you can tell with certain movies where it's an actor playing a role. To me, this is a movie where it's real people having real conversations, and it seems very, very natural to me. It seems very realistic to me. And then again, when you got a powerhouse veteran director like Clint Eastwood, he can get that out of you because he's just that damn talented. But I do like how this movie also covers how Richard Jewell was eventually exonerated from his crimes, how Eric Rudolph, the man who was really responsible for the bombings, he is the one who ends up getting what he deserves, though that's told to us through dialogue like the last 30 seconds of the movie. But this movie does exonerate Richard Jewell, and he does eventually get his life back on track, eventually becoming a police officer in a police department. So I do like how this movie does have a satisfying ending for Richard Jewell, and I do like how, this movie, to me, it pays Richard Jewell and the case tribute, and it tries to portray Richard Jewell as a man who legitimately, he was a hero. He saved these people, and the media are vicious sharks who tried to break this man down and cut him down. And to Richard Jewell's credit, even though he faced so much scrutiny, he never lost who he was as a human being and as a person. And I can't respect that anymore. So yeah, my overall thoughts on Richard Jewell, I'm going to give this movie a solid 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it immensely. Yeah, I got some criticisms with it here and there, but overall, I think this is a very solid movie. and a worthy addition into Clint Eastwood's body of work as a director. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment sections down below. Like the video and subscribe, and I'll check you back next time for more.